Heyo, welcome into the CHGO White Sox Pregame Show, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson, your host. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow our show podcast, or you can follow the show's Twitter at CHGO_White Sox. And that's Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
You can follow him on Twitter at Ackrenwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. We are coming to you after two consecutive, and they are allowed. Is that allowed? It is allowed for them to win back-to-back games. And I read in the MLB rulebooks, Herb, they can actually win three. They are allowed to win 3 games in a row tonight if they want to.
I think it was written into Pedro Grifol's contract that he's not allowed to win 2 games in a row before the month of May. So he made sure that to get it done on the first day eligible. So, yeah, they are allowed to win this 3rd game, and they got their best pitcher going to the bump.
I mean, we did hear about the interesting clause in Joe Kelly's contract last year that he wasn't allowed to pitch on back-to-back days until about July. So, I mean, it does track.
Yes.
It does track that they would include a weird clause into Pedro Grifol's contract that would force them to go 8-21 in the month of April. Yikes. I would like a 30-game winning streak followed by another 30-game winning streak. Why not win 60 straight games? Again, you're allowed. There's no rule against it.
No. There's absolutely no rule against it. It's probably better for your team's fortunes if you win 60 games in a row. I don't know if Chris Kamko or yourself have a stat of the teams that have won 60 in a row and their playoff success, but I would assume that they went to the playoffs at minimum. And then secondly, they probably did very well if they won 60 games in a row.
Okay, so have you ever heard of Google?
Yeah, that's where it's like that sideways 8.
Yeah. So Google came back and said there's no teams that have ever won 60 games in a row.
Oh, that's weird. I mean, if Matthew doesn't ask for it, you don't get it. That's an old line my friend Thomas Hall used to say. You don't ask, you don't get. Matthew's asking the universe for it. Let's do it.
I heard a kind of an opposite. The worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
The worst that the opponents could do is beat them.
Yeah.
And that happened 21 times already. So I mean, what are we expecting? This is the 31st game of the Chicago White Sox season, and this is something new that we haven't been able to talk about in 2023. Liam Hendriks is back. Liam Hendriks has struck out cancer, and his shirt said so. And he talked to the media. We're very excited to bring the video to you on post-game show. Don't worry, Steven. I'm not going to let – what, you think we're going to drive – Steven, here's all this Liam Hendriks video.
Excited to bring it to you. I'm looking over
I don't have muted.
That. And, hey, that was most of the press conference. I think Liam's chair knocked a cord loose, and I think they lost a decent amount of the audio. So I'm not sure what we can bring to you, but there a lot of great stuff coming out of that press conference. We did learn more about what Liam went through. Something that just blew my mind, and this was from our own Vinny Duber, and you can follow him on Twitter at Vinny Duber, funnily enough on Twitter. He's our CHGO White Sox beat writer. Hendriks explained that he discovered lumps in his neck last June and guesses he might have had lymphoma while pitching last season. He said it might have been a contributing factor to not feeling at his best physically and, quote, limping to the finish line at the end of last year. So Herb, I went through and looked at all my little stats and stuff, and I was like, well, if he was dealing with this in June, I mean, he was on the IL in June, came back in July. Like, what was he pitching like? Was it worse?
I think he was pitching just as good.
Oh, okay. 32 innings pitched.
Okay.
10 earned runs. 23 hits allowed. So I believe that's a whip just a little above 1. 8 walks. 48 Ks.
That works.
in 32 innings.
Yeah, it works.
And a 21.6 whiff percentage, a 2.81 ERA. I added unreal because if he did have lymphoma, I did look up that's cancer. If he did have cancer in his body and had a 2.81 ERA, just kind of shows you the specimen that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he is the athlete, but he is clearly much more than that. His brain is its own specimen.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is to a lesser degree, but the man has pitched 8+ seasons with a torn UCL. Usually people would get Tommy John surgery, and it's like, all right, let me repair that. He still plays through it. And
For 10 years.
He had lumps. He noticed in June. And he's like, I'm going to battle through. And then he goes through cancer treatment and pretty much defeats it within 5 months. Amazing. Like, to say I had any doubts, because my doubts came from how terrible and how progressive cancer is and how it's been changing a lot of lives, including mine. Liam Hendriks is not of us. He is otherworldly. I would have been tapping out on the UCL thing already. And to have the cancer diagnosis, especially after last year with all the badness that came from the White Sox, the man's like, cool, let's tackle it. Let's do it really quickly. And it's done. The man's going to be back on the bump this weekend in Charlotte.
I'm going to do my best to watch that however we can.
I mean,
if
you have T-Mobile or the MLB app or the At-Bat app, they get MILB games
There
now.
you go. There's the plug. We might have to go bug Jake. Like, hey, Jake, what's a flight to Charlotte cost? And then hit up our guy Tommy V, who runs the PR over there for the Knights, and be like, hey,
Can we get in?
can we be press? And then watch Liam Hendriks pitch.
You got to wear one of those hats with the press on it, little
my
clip
God.
piece of paper that says press on it.
And carry little notepads around and say, hey, Johnny, what'd you see?
That was good pitching out there, Liam. It was fast. 23 skidoo.
Starting his rehab assignment on Friday, and I believe I'm trying to find this from Vinny, but I think I did see 4 or 5 rehab assignments. So we'll see. I also wouldn't be surprised if he pitches like 3 innings and just dominates and just like, fuck that, I'm bored of this shit, and it's just like, let's go.
I'm wasting bullets down here versus these juniors.
Our guy
Get to the varsity.
Drew also was at the press conference.
Who?
Shoemouse.
Oh my God!
Our guy David Schuster.
Old school.
And he did ask him a question, and I heard David Schuster's voice, so the question was just very clear. But then he kind of, the question that he asked solicited this answer from Liam. He loved being around his teammates and joking with them during spring training. And conversely, he said not being around the team during last month of the season was hard. He said he's thrilled to be back and was emotionally unpacking his stuff into his locker yesterday. So, I mean, I think he's just extremely excited to be back doing what he loves. And I thought it was really interesting, too. I shouldn't get too much into this, but, like, he mentioned that, like, there are a lot of case studies on athletes having cancer and, like, being active. So they really can't say, oh, don't do your sport activities. So, like, he basically just had to see, like, if he didn't feel any, like, if normal, he had to stop. And he never felt that at any point, and he just had the normal pitching pain, which I just find crazy. Like, he is so unique. He is an athlete fighting, battling, and striking out now cancer.
I mean, people tell me all the time, like, not all the time, but, you know, the few times I've had people who I've known had chemotherapy, just like draining. Your body's drained. You're just, you know, thinking and sitting in the chair, and you're just going through things in your mind, and, you know, physically you're like, ugh, this is a lot. And the man's like, you know what? I'm going to have it, and I'm going to go out and pitch. I'm going to go out and work out with my people. And so probably that's all he knows, though. He's like, is to work, to do things, to not sit on his butt, which is, you know, if you have cancer and you want to sit on your butt, you're allowed, because, you know, you're going through something real. And the man's like, nah, I'm going to push through. The fact that he's pitching this weekend in a AAA game blows my mind. The fact that he might be here like 2 weeks from now. Next week, it said 4 outings. Liam might say, hey, that's 1 Friday, that's 2 on Sunday, another one on Tuesday, and another on Thursday. I'm back in Chicago. Get me out of this place.
Let's go.
He might do that. It's Liam. You don't know. The man is just a different athlete, a different person, as you were saying, that you can't count him out when he says he's going to come back, or when they say he's going to do 4. Like you said, he might be like, My arm's feeling good, guys. Bring me back up here. I need to go and feast on the Kansas City Royals.
I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited for him and his family. Great news for the White Sox. And again, hey, they're on a 2-game winning streak. And we'll get to Marco's question in a second. But something in the chat is popping out to me. Super Elias?
Yeah.
You'd go Elias?
I guess so.
Steven?
Elias? I don't know.
Elias.
Is he super?
Could be Elias.
Please tell me, if you live in Northwest Chicago, what MLB team should you like, Cubs or White Sox? I live in Chicago. I want to know what they have to say. If you live in Northwest Chicago, what MLB team should you like, Cubs or White Sox? And you got Pacific.
Both
Portage Park.
Both of them. Just like them both. Who cares? It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme, if you already live in Portage Park, you know people around there pretty much like the Cubs. In the city of Chicago, it's a Cubs city. It's hard to say. But choose both. Watch them both. They usually don't play at the same times. At the same time in the city. You can go and see one when they're at home, like the White Sox now, and the Cubs come back home on Friday. Go and see them.
We answer your question. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. The easy answer for me is I host the CHGO White Sox show.
I wouldn't want to put people in that box just to say, hey, go and watch the White Sox. That's weird. To me.
I mean, I don't know. If your life is that black and white, then I think you got other issues. But if you are just saying White Sox or Cubs, I am the host of the CHGO White Sox pregame show. Mm-hmm. I would like you to be a White Sox fan so you watch the show.
My man Matthew Cortez is back. You see him? He's back.
Oh, yeah. Dylan's throwing a no-hitter 5-0. Marcos is asking, are we going to go to 3? We're already streaking. Herb, is this the start of something? Dylan Cease, v. Louis Varland. Can the White Sox make this 3 in a row?
I think they can. I mean, we saw Dylan's last outing. Not good at all. I mean, it was built up as a pitcher's duel between him and Rue Shane McClanahan, and yeah, Dylan got crushed. I think he gave up 6 or 7 earned runs that game, and I'm sure that he's like, that's not me. That's not me at all. I'm sticking it up Minnesota's Giggy. I know you had some stats for me for him versus the Minnesota Twins. Huh? Giggy. That's a Terry Boers thing.
Okay. I know Terry. By Cracky.
Yeah, and so the last time I recall that he pitched, I think I was in Atlanta. It was the Labor Day weekend, and I almost had to leave my dinner because I had to probably come here and do it, or not here. I had to do it on the internet post-game show for Dylan Cease's no-hitter. But the great Luis Ariz broke it up. So happy he's in Miami now.
Yes.
That feels so much better because you don't have to worry about that guy. But, yeah, he dominated these Minnesota Twins that last start. So I have no doubt that he is pissed from the last start, and he sees a team that he usually does well versus. So,
Herb, I got something that I know probably isn't shocking after I said this team was going to go 20-9 in the month of May. I know this probably isn't shocking, but I think they're going to sweep them.
Watch them lose today. I would be happy if they swept them. I would be thrilled if they do 2 out of 3. Sweep is
that's not Herbie Sunshine.
It's a tall task. We just won our second game of the year, or our first back-to-back games of the year. Now I'm thinking about winning I'm winning a series, which we haven't done, and then sweeping. Just win tonight.
Momentum, maybe.
Yeah, I just need to do this one, and then if we could sweep the Reds or the Royals next week, we'll be gathering up milestones throughout the year.
Yeah,
instead of just blowing past it in all the Twins series and then laying an egg versus the Reds.
Let's go to the starting lineups here to talk about who the White Sox are trotting out for the same lineup in a row, same configuration in a row as yesterday. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Leading off, kind of broke.
I mean, they've won 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
And Tim Anderson's back.
He is.
Look at him. He's on our table right now. Tim Anderson leading off at shortstop, batting second. Andrew Benintendi in left field with his gold glove. I knew someone was going to make the remark or something like that. Batting third, the best hitter on the team, Andrew Vaughn at first base. Batting fourth, Aloy Jimenez at designated hitter. Batting fifth, Luis Robert Jr. in center field. Batting sixth, Gavin Sheets in right field. Batting seventh, Yasmani Grandal at catcher, and he's so back. Batting eighth, Jake Berger at third base. And batting ninth, Elvis Andrus at second base. Why is he batting eighth? If he's the best hitter, why is he batting eighth?
Bad managing. Really bad managing. You don't like the other day. They had what's his name, Adam Hazley batting first. I don't think these.
MF got on 6 times.
Understood.
Hey, Herb, you want to play a little quick quiz?
The results don't make the process correct. And that was a bad process, even though the results were favorable.
When Adam Hazley is in a White Sox uniform, he's 37% better than a major league player. Yes, it's only 38 plate appearances, but it fits my narrative.
Yes. Yeah, Jake Berger is the best hitter. He's got the highest what is the F-WAR on the team. I don't know where
highest weighted runs plus for sure. It's at 155.
Yep, got that too. So he's the best hitter on the team currently. He should be batting higher. You should get him more bats and get fewer at bats from Luis Robert Jr. until Luis Robert Jr. figures it out consistently, not just a hot streak of Luis Robert Jr. where he's hitting the 5 home runs and then off the map otherwise. Give me some more Jake Berger until that man shows you that he can't hit. And every time he's at the house, he can hit his ass off.
No, I fully agree. I'm down with more Jake Berger. I'm not trying to be anti Jake Berger here. I'm just saying Andrew Vaughn built different. So what was that? We can go to the Twins lineup here. I agree with Christian. Herb sounded like he's canceled this team for 2023. Cracking a 3-1-2 for some positive vibes. We do need Herbie Sunshine. You're drinking a 3-1-2 tall boy. Is that not brightening your mood with the hints of lemony haze?
Win a series, and then I'll be a little bit more positive.
I get it.
You lose today, then I'm like, ugh, this tomorrow in the afternoon's game's going to be tough.
Steve Stone would say, you're being bitter.
I'm going to be bitter or enjoy the ride.
Stephen Pebble says, you're being bitter, Herb Lawrence.
I'm going to go enjoy some salad right now, too.
Oh, boy. And it was really good to see Lance.
That was real cool.
Enjoying his salad. We really need him to slim down, right? That's the message we want to be giving to our players. Not go give it the old college try. No, go eat some salad, piggy. That was so weird. That I don't know. I'm getting off track. Anyways, Twins lineup. Oh, look at you, Steven.
That's
pretty great.
I love their celebration.
I love
every team celebration besides the White Sox.
So is it a mob thing?
Yes, it's the Chicago gangster.
The overgrown jacket thing.
Al Capone.
Yeah.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Which none of us embrace.
Families losing loved ones.
Exactly.
What?
Dumb.
Weird.
Yeah, really dumb. See, that's Minnesota. You go out fishing in one of the 10,000 lakes, not in Lake Minnetonka. You're going to purify yourself there. But that lineup right there, Kepler, Polanco, Correa, Buxton, pretty top heavy, and then they got that guy at 6, which should have been a White Sox.
Do you want to do it? I mean, you already did like 5 of them.
Max Kepler's leading off, the German sensation, right field. Second would be Jorge Polanco at second base. Third is Carlos Correa, almost hit a home run, but my man, Andrew Benintendi, said no. He's playing shortstop. Fourth.
That glove's golden.
It's that man, Byron Buxton, who I would walk most of the times, especially if Trevor Larnach, who's batting 5th, in left field is behind him. First baseman today is Joey Gallo. Joey Callow. No, it's Gallo at first base. Nick Gordon in center field, who made a great play late in the game when he came in and got a good hit late in the game, too.
There he is fishing in Lake Minnetonka.
Yep. Willie Castro, third base.
Bill Castro.
And then it's Ryan Jeffers at catcher for the Minnesota Twins.
Bill Castro.
I anglicized his name.
I like it. I know a couple Willies who are Billies, you know?
That's why I call Bill Harris Cubs third base coach.
Oh, yeah, Bill Harris.
Yeah.
2005 White Sox legend.
Scored the winning run.
For my friend, do you know who Adam Hazley is reminding me of?
Who?
I don't know. I know that this guy didn't wear a 51. That's an odd number. But the way that he's batting from the left side, the way that he has speed, you could put him in left field. You could put him in center field. He's leading off. I'm taking back to 2005, my friend. Number 22, Scott Podsednik. I don't know if you remember.
Scotty Pods.
But he had a big walk-off home run in the World Series, my friend. They waited 93 years. My mom waited 93 years for that championship. And, but we really embraced that team. Anyways.
We'll go get a Polish sausage, a Stolish sausage, and some Italian beef.
I am so hungry. I think that's why this pregame's kind of off the rails a bit.
That's fine.
I would love a Polish. Let's go to the Dylan C stuff. Let's go to the pitching matchup. Lou Varland. Do you know where Louis Varland's from?
He's from Minnesota, eh?
He's from Minnesota, eh? From St. Paul. They're the Twin Cities. Dylan Cease in 30 1/3 innings pitched in 2023 has a 4.15 ERA, 27 hits allowed, 37 Ks, 15 walks, and a 1.10 ERA plus. Lou Varland, a 6 innings pitched, a 4.50 ERA, 6 hits allowed, 8 Ks, 1 walk, an ERA plus of 1.01. Lou Varland has some history against the White Sox. We'll get to it in a second. But Herb.
Yes, sir.
We got a little quiz.
Okay.
Dylan Cease.
I know him.
Has had 3 starts against the Minnesota Twins. In the past,
weird-ass Minnesota Twins, yes.
The weird-ass Minnesota Twins in the past 2 years.
Okay.
It's 21 innings, 3 starts.
7 innings each outing. That averages out to that. Is that what the question was?
No.
Oh, I thought it was a math question. Damn it. I would have got it.
How many earned runs has he allowed against the Minnesota Twins in 21 innings?
These are the weird-ass Minnesota Twins you're talking about.
Weird-ass Minnesota Twins.
I'll say 4.
4.
Yeah.
No. Jack K said 4 too.
3?
Are you Jack K?
Well, Jack K is from the future, so he's going to bet on the Ryan Jeffers homer. I'm going to check on DraftKings to see what the number is, so you should bet that.
Did you slander?
KPW says 2. Am I right?
It's not 2.
1.
It is 1. 1 earned run in the past 21 innings against the Minnesota Twins.
That works.
21 strikeouts in the past 21 innings. And, my friend, in the 16 innings last year, how many earned runs did he allow?
I mean, if you're asking that, it would probably be 0 then.
0. An ERA of 0.00. A lot of dots, a lot of zeros. That is, as Terry Boers apparently would say, shoving it up their giggy.
Yep.
I'm going to go to confession for saying that. Dylan Cease, also, we talk about called strikes plus whiff percentage. I do on the post-game show.
All the time, yes.
MLB average around 29% for a starter.
It's moved up.
Oh,
It
has
used to be 27 last year, right?
Maybe my numbers are wrong. Let me
Your
go
numbers
check.
are right. Your numbers are right. Don't doubt yourself. I'm just bullshitting.
No, you're good. So, I mean, this is an intro article from 2019. A 30% called strike whiff rate, or a called strike whiff rate for a starting pitcher who throws over 60 pitching is a very good to see. But then, like, for a relief pitcher, it's not. But, like, he's throwing more than 60 pitches. So, like, a 32.8 called strike plus whiff percentage is, quote unquote, shoving it up to their giggy. No hitter tonight, y'all. I'm fine with it. I don't think the Twins touch Mr. Dylan Cease, Cy Cease as we call him. It's just more, can this lineup that is the same as yesterday score enough runs? I told Steven yesterday that, scoring 2 runs wasn't going to be enough to win the game. Thankfully, they scored 3.
Yeah, that's just enough. And my guy is doing both run creating and run prevention with the grab he made off of Carlos Correa. So if he doesn't make that grab, White Sox lose yesterday.
That's true. I love Paul Correct. And he's going to be correct. He's got the Sox on the run line at -1.5, at plus 165, and he hates himself for it. That's betting on the White Sox for you. You're not going to enjoy it. I have Dylan Cease at plus 185 to record the win. What's your prediction? You got a click to pick for me?
I'm going to go with my man, Benny Tendy, and I think he will hit his first Chicago White Sox home run today. And I got the White Sox winning 4-1.
You betting on DraftKings?
I'm looking on DraftKings to see what the number is.
I think it's plus 800. You want to just give me? I'll be your bookie.
Can I just give you the money?
Yes, please.
Like donate it to you.
We actually the minimum bets are $100. And if you have that in cash, that'd be great.
Perfect.
We got Vinny over at the park. He's going with Eloy Jimenez, who's been on fire, hitting the hell out of the ball. 3 hard hits yesterday. I think he went 3 for 4 on Sunday. Josh, I don't hate Benintendi. I think I tried to talk about this on the postgame show yesterday. I hate what he symbolizes, a.k.a. Rick Hahn, a.k.a. Jerry Reinsdorf. He's fine. His contract should have been like $71 million. He got paid $75. It's fine. Who cares? Like, the man, again, they made him smart out of the University of Arkansas. That man was offered $75 million and he didn't say no. That's good education right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's being raised right. So there's nothing wrong with Andrew Benintendi as a person, as a baseball player. I just think that the White Sox needed a lot more from the offseason, and they went out and signed a fifth starter and a guy who is a left fielder. Like when they go all in, they are going all in on catchers, relief pitchers, and left fielders. That does not inspire. That's
Not
all
at
I'm
all.
saying.
I think that, and both are plus 800, both Jeffers and Benintendi today.
Put it on Jeffers.
Tim has longer odds, plus 900 today. I would think that, you don't hate him. I think we just keep this going because, yes, as you said, he symbolizes Rick Hahn saying ball go far, or ball go far, team go far. Then his first only move for a hitter was a person that didn't hit the ball far last year with only 5 home runs. You know, I made
How many does he have so far? How many home runs?
0.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
And so you had many options. The first baseman for the Minnesota Twins today, Joey Gallo. He was available to be picked. The guy who's playing center field for the Cubs right now, Cody Bellinger, available to be picked. Michael Conforto, right fielder for the San Francisco Giants, available to be picked. All these guys are hitting home runs. Cody Bellinger's back and doing real shit. And I told y'all was giving up on a 27-year-old former MVP. I said he would be perfect for the White Sox. Of course, he's perfect for the Cubs. He's there for like 2 years now.
And your guy Jack Hay, who is saying 8 innings for cease, 3 hits, 1 earned run, the Ryan Jeffers home run, a Greg Santos save.
You know I would love that.
I like Greg Santos.
It's Groot. We like Groot.
Greg
like
is
Groot
Greg.
Santos
Greg
so
is
much.
Gregory is his government
Too
name.
long.
Greg is the familial name.
Yeah, when you're like saying what's up, hey, what's up, Greg?
What up,
You
Greg?
just shake him 5. If you really know him, like Vinny does, he's like, what's up, Groot?
Yeah.
And he really, I am Groot. I don't know how to do the voice. 'Cause I've never seen any of those movies. Except for the in game and the other one.
The Gregory Santos one.
Going back to your Benintendi point here about him not being the guy that the Sox needed, Vinny and I actually were at the park when they introduced him. I was stunned to see that I was actually a larger person than Benintendi. Like, he just struck me
you
as
just bragging
small.
about being swole?
I'm saying he's small, honestly. I was expecting for $75 million a bigger human being.
Is he taller
No.
than Andrew
no.
Vaughn?
Oh, no. No, I got to say no. I think he's like 5'9" tops.
See, right when I look at this, now Jack Kay's driving the line down for Ryan Jeffers. Now it's plus 750.
Oh, mercy. Ryan
Stop.
Jack Case dropping back.
Stop driving the line down from the future, jerk. And also, don't give me bets for the damn home run thing. Give me the damn Powerball for Friday or Saturday, Jack Kay. That's selfish on your part, Jack.
And Herb, just to remind you, you're only going to keep $100 million of it, you said.
Only keeping $100 million. All the rest, it's all y'all's.
Hey,
all right?
You're very kind.
Put
Very
down the
sharing.
numbers, Jack Kay. Hurry up. And Jack Kay, like Jack Kay Harry. Way over your head, and probably most of the people who are watching. Mary 227.
You're still talking.
No.
What did you just
I was
say?
doing a reference. Mary from 227 is the main character in that movie is Jack Kay Harry. Jack Kay. It reminds me of that.
I love it. You're like, you're not going to get this reference. So let me
not.
explain it to you because I still
young.
don't get it. Herb.
You need to watch 227. It's
Okay.
about a middle-class black family in like Washington, D.C. in the 80s.
227. Okay.
Yeah. And their good friend comes over the house. He's like, Mary.
Jackie Harry. What do I
Yeah.
know her from? Oh, Regina King.
From Sister.
She's a mom.
There
Yeah.
it is. Paul Correct gets me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. She was the stuff back in her day.
I'm gonna go with Jake Berger. Very quick to pick.
Jack only knows betting futures. It's a waste of your future stuff, Jack Kay.
What?
That's a waste of his future stuff. He's from the future.
Oh,
It's wasting on
I'm
his
sorry.
betting.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking about that. I thought you were talking about Jack A from 227.
Sorry.
And you're talking about Jack K from the chat. Derek Ant. Is that Ant? No. But still, he's crying that you're referencing 227. The pilot's on YouTube, so maybe I'll check it out. So Jake Berger, batting eighth, nobody likes it. That's usually when people get to laugh.
Yes.
And I think that Louis Varland, especially once you have 7 batters go before Jake's been using the eye pitch, I think he runs into one. He's hitting a homer either in his first at bat or second at bat. Go bet on it. That's the actual bet. Don't
Ryan
put it on
Jeffers
Andrew
plus
Benintendi.
700 now.
What's Jake Berger
It
at?
just keeps on moving.
What's Jake Berger at? I
Um,
don't have my phone on me.
Jake Berger. It's not allowing me. There it is. Jacob Berger is at plus 350.
To hit a homer?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't like that. Odds are not that great. But put 100 down. Get
Put
your
100 down.
Get your 350.
Are you giving me 100 for the Andrew Benintendi bet?
No.
Okay.
But I'm putting it down though.
All right.
Do you know Louis Varland has never given up a hit to the active Chicago White Sox today?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that. But I still think the Sox win. I just
The-
want to put that out there.
Players that have hit fly balls against him: Romy Gonzalez, Elvis Andrus, Gavin Sheets, Andrew Vaughn, Yasmani Grandal, and Yohan Moncada all have one. I think Elvis could go deep. And that's it. Elvis or Jake Berger. Those are my picks. I am picking a 6-2 White Sox win.
Okay. I went 4-1 with the home run by Andrew Benintendi, and Jack Hayes says I got to pick Ryan Jeffers, whose odds keep on going down as we speak.
Now it's plus 300, just like Jake Berger. Anyways, that's going to do it for the CHGO White Sox pregame show. Thank you all for hanging out with us. AJ is saying Larnick is the sort of dude to hit a bomb today. We'll see. I think we've named every player that's playing today, so hopefully one of us is right. Make sure you hit that like button. We're only at Paul Konerko. Come on, Joe Creedy at least. We'd love that, especially with 42 people watching us. That's Herb Lawrence. You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And thank you to Stephen Nicholas for producing the show. And we appreciate everyone for hanging out with us in the chat. We'll see you after the game, after a White Sox win, here on the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Go Sox.